All right, do a quick test, see how this goes, and we'll go from there. Hope everyone is doing well. So let me check the test. All right, I think we're good. What's up, Dennis? Yeah, I'm just testing on this side. I haven't done a live on YouTube in a while, so let me know if you can hear me, if it's loud and clear. Try to set up for the live I'll do on Friday. I'll probably do some little pop-ups here and there, but checking this out to see how it goes. They've updated the system too, so that's actually pretty cool. Let's see. We got Dennis in the building. Let me see what this looks like. Okay, make it bigger and smaller. I like it. How are you holding up, my brother? Dun, 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 dun. Might be a little bit of a lag. Oh, awesome. Yeah. The one thing about these things is always there's like a little lag between the live and then when you kind of pop back in. So like I'll ask it, and by the time you hear and type it, it's like a second. So I always forget about that latency thing that YouTube does on these lives. But nonetheless, yeah, just testing this out. Gonna do a live this week. Probably pop in a few times since I have some time in there for sure. So ask some questions, do some things. So that'll be kind of cool. Lisa's in the building. What's up? Just testing. I haven't done something on my laptop in a while, so checking that out. Excuse me. Lisa's in the building. I like that she has like a little. I like that you have a little wrench in your name, like a little mechanic. But okay, cool. Sound is good, so that's a good thing. Let me see something actually. I want to see how this looks when I share the screen, since it's different in Zoom. So the one thing about technology, it's always getting newer. So that makes this much more interesting because apparently all these buttons then moved around on me. All right, cool. Audio is good, so I like it. Dennis, say hi to Lisa. Lisa's on the crew as well. Haven't done lives in a little bit like this, but testing. I want to see how it looks when I actually. No, 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 Cornelius. I'm not on TikTok. I'll pop into TikTok later. I used to do it. I used to be able to do it at the same time, but it's kind of acting a little funky, to say the least, to put it that way. So you need a stream key. It's like a whole thing. So yeah, not at the moment. Um, okay, where is? I want to pull up. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna pull up the class slides from whatchamacallit. Mm, Orientation. So I want to see how that looks. Let me pull that up. Of course, I have that somewhere else. So let me get that. How are you holding up, Cornelius? Good seeing you, my friend. Good seeing you. Okay, I am Phil. What's going on? I'm just testing. Nothing too crazy. Just kind of popping in to see what changes they have made in the YouTube side of the house. So that is that. Okay, let's see. Let's log in and let's go. How are you holding up, Phil? Phil, do 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 do. Congrats to Phil again. Phil won his claim a few days ago. It's crazy. It's funny. You fight this stuff for like a long, long time, and finally it happens, and it's kind of like, oh wow, now what do we do? So that is a good day. I like that. Um, okay, let me see if I could do it this way. Do, 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 do. Okay, so I want to share. Let's present. This Wednesday we have our CMP prep, Acer CMP, but next week we do our basics. So let me see about bringing over that overlay. So let's go for, yes, and give me perfect. Yeah. So give me that one. Good. Solid. I'll make an overlay for it and make myself like a little flying bubble or something like that. So that'll be kind of cool. But yeah, so we can kind of get that going like that. Boop. There we go. There you go. Success. I like it. Then we can do like a little dun 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 dun. Let's see. Let's make me a circle. There we go. Boop. Boop. And then we should be good. Yep. And obviously I'm blocking crap now, so there's always that. Maybe put me over here. But yeah, like a little basics class and all that good stuff, so that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, yep, testing a few things, nothing too crazy, but just popping on in. I'll schedule a few of these, but yeah, good seeing you. Awesome job in peoples. I'll be back in a little bit, just kind of connecting stuff and doing stuff. Friday, got Tara, so we'll do some med talk, and that'll be kind of cool. So make sure you are following and liking and all that funky stuff folks say. But it's good to see you, Cornelius. Good to see you, Dennis, Lisa in the building, and everybody else who popped in for a little bit, just kind of saying hey. So try to get back in the swing of things. So I'll be popping. I wish I could do it everywhere at the same time, but TikTok is just crazy with their stuff. So it's just a whole thing. What? Not much, not much. Just testing real quick, popping in. Try to do a few of these. I'll schedule. This was like a unscheduled pop in, but I'll schedule a few of these. Same with like TikTok, and just kind of hang out for a bit, answer some questions. So that'll be kind of cool. Actually, now that I think about it, I should be able to do both. Let's see. Let's try that. So actually, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it live. So let's see how that looks. Bum 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 bum. We are doing it live. So more than one way to skin a cat. So for the question that came up earlier, we live on TikTok and YouTube. So there's that. More than one way to skin a cat. Bum 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 bum. Oh, broke that. So that's nice. All right. So let me move this. And let me put this over here. Yeah. So we are doing a little bit of both. So we got little TikTok action, and TikTok say hi to boop, say hi to YouTube. So there's that. But yeah, so I figured we kind of do a little bit of both. So that's kind of dope. So I'm live on TikTok and I'm live on YouTube, just kind of testing some stuff. So nothing too crazy. Figured I kind of do a little bit of both. So got a little bit of time to do that. Kind of setting up for Friday. So I got the little camera set up and things on the laptop set up. Audio should be better on YouTube than on TikTok. But yeah, welcome to a little bit of both. So I'll do a few minutes and kind of hang out and see what folks are up to. So what's up to TikTok? What's up to YouTube? It's kind of cool now because I can kind of do one of these bits. Boom, boom. So yeah, let's see what's TikTok is talking about. So we got Phil's in the building. Dennis on this side of the house. We have PA Political on YouTube, and Cornelius was on YouTube, and Lisa as well. On TikTok side of the house, let's see. Got some folks popping in on that side. Shout out to everybody there. Let me know the branch of service that you all were in and the years that you served. Always cool to kind of share a little bit of that and see what folks have been up to and are doing. So there's that. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so Rico's, you're back. Yes, yes. I said I'd be back, so I am back. Let's see. So I'm on TikTok here, and I'm on YouTube on here. More so testing the YouTube side of the house. So if you're not following on YouTube, that is the same username as TikTok. So there, I was just literally testing like a slide deck that I could put up and things like that to show some stuff. So we'll figure it out and do some stuff multi-streaming. But yeah, shout out to everybody popping in real quick. Let's see. Can you view your DBQ after a CMP? If it was at the VA, you should be able to see on your blue button report. And if it was not, you'd have to do a Freedom of Information request for you for that. Let's see. What's up, G? I wish I would have found you before I did my first CMP exam. You know what's funny? That's actually something a lot of people say. The best one, though, goes to Carl, which my 95-year-old World War II veteran who I'm seeing this week for his party. He's a leap year baby, so he turns 96 this year, this week, or 24. So yeah, people like him and Dennis, who he's like 81. It's like, hey, I wish you were around when I was doing this stuff, and I was like, I wasn't even born during that time. But we're here now. Let's see. Can you talk about the insomnia rating a little bit more? So that's actually what we're gonna do this week too, a deeper dive. But the short note pretty much is insomnia was always something that you could file as a symptom of mental health, and now they've recognized what the medical community knows, which is it can be a symptom of something physical, or it could be a standalone mental health condition. So it's not, I have PTSD with insomnia, I just have insomnia, right? So for some people, that's a pretty good argument. For some others, it may not make a difference because you may already have a mental health rating. But there are people who don't have an argument for PTSD or don't have an argument for something like generalized anxiety or depression, but insomnia, let's say, is there. Also, you have some first responders, right, or have people who are just really worried about the mental health ratings and whatnot. So insomnia gives them another way there. So a few different things that I'm kind of looking at how this change can be played out. But that's kind of like the nitty gritty. But I'm going to talk about it more this week. I'm going to have Tara with me, and we're going to talk about different use cases, Nexus, things like that. So that'll be interesting. Navy Corpsman in the building, 10 years. What's up, D-Buds? Chris, Marine Corps, 04 to 12. What's up, my brother? Douglas, I have claim appointments soon. Any advice? Best advice I give you is tomorrow night. I'm actually doing my CMP, ACER CMP class. What's your CMP for? And the reason, again, I say that is because, again, like I literally have like a whole 30, slide deck thing. So it's not that I don't want to answer stuff, right? It's just like when I teach a CMP class, I kind of go from the basics, what to talk about before you, let's say, see a doctor just to get diagnosed, things like that. I talk about what a CMP is. I talk about what it's not. I talk about do's and don'ts, what to expect, good CMPs, bad CMPs, what to do if you have a bad CMP. And then I go through different use case scenarios as far as like mental health ratings, physical ratings as well, and then a Q&A. And in the Q&A, I'm answering questions as they come. So we're able to kind of move through a thing together versus like on here, you know, it's more like Q&A. So if you have a specific question, yeah. But as far as like being able to like deep dive something, it's kind of hard because then somebody pops in and then they're like, oh, I just popped in and, you know, you already might have answered this and, you know, you have to start over again. So, but yeah, what are you going for a CMP for? And I'll try to give you some pointers. Jersey, man, I am. So if you're in the BDD, look into the. I have a link in my bio for our BDD, um, the motivational minister. What's up on YouTube? I'll get to your question in 1 second. Let me finish this thought real quick. BDD, link in my bio. I have a checklist for BDD there, and at the bottom of that checklist, there's a link to, or also in my bio, to a workshop I'm doing specifically for BDD. New Jersey's interesting because of the whole lawsuit stuff and how they're treating stuff, so it's almost like a witch hunt that's going on there. So I literally I'm gonna make a video about New Jersey because literally I've got at least 20 messages about people like, hey, I'm in Jersey, can you help? And I'm like, what the shit is going on? So some more stuff there. The motivational speaker on YouTube. I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok. So if you see me kind of going back and forth this way, that's what's going on. I had a sleep study last night. What should I be looking for? So you just had the sleep study. Was it at home or was that the VA? The motivational speaker. Let me know. Pop your question up there. Let's see. Kevin's in the building, retired Army, did 14 years active, the rest reserve, medically retired, check. Brian was in the building, 2000 to 2004 Army. Let me see. I haven't checked the text, Kevin. I gotta check. I'll check. I will check. Let's see. All right, well, I check on Kevin's text. Let's see. All right, Jersey, Army 01 to 06, 11 bang bang. Georgie's in the building. Phil is in the building in multiple places. Let's see, CMP day after tomorrow. I have no idea how this is gonna go. What's it for? Thor Alpha. Phil, hola. Haven't gone through this since immediately after getting out in 2007. Are you rated off for anything? That's the first question, I guess. Where can I get help with filing disability claims? VSOs, agents, people around you, stuff like that. Those might be some resources there. I do a few things, but you know, it really depends if we're a fit for what you need, right? I'm not like, you know, the first stop for people. That'd be the best way to put it that way. Let's see. Oh, at VES. All right. So you had a sleep. So did you actually sleep? Did you have like a whole night's sleep at VES? I know people do a lot of the home ones, but that's actually pretty interesting. But no, as far as if you did it there, you'll get the results as to if you have sleep apnea or not, right? And depending on the results, then from there, how did you file it? Did you file it, the motivational minister on YouTube? Did you file it direct to service or did you file it as a secondary something else? Let me know. Reddit stock trader, you motivate me. I'm now 100% with 4 years of back pay. Hello, look, man. Where is my daggone? See, I got my laptop up. I might be able to do it. Hold on now. Hold on. I might be able to do it. Where is my sound thing? I'm a jiggy. Lady D on YouTube, Army 87 to 97. Where has the time gone? Man, it was just yesterday. Boot camp was a thing, right? Let's see. Where is? Crap, I don't have it on. I don't have it here. I don't have my little air horn sound, but I was gonna hit you with an air horn, but you know, but yeah, motivate you. 4 years of back pay, that is a nice day. Actually, another veteran just got noticed today. One of our vets, he won his claim. He was denied multiple times. He had to drive to get his records, the whole thing. 0 to 70, and they backdated him to 2020. So, yike, yeah. They should have been 100% 4 years ago. Yeah, look, that back pay's nice. It's a pain having to go through it, but for sure. What do you need for an anxiety claim, a diagnosis of anxiety, and how are you going to file it? Is it direct to service or secondary to something else? Poppy SK. CMP was recommended, check. So for you, the motivational speak minister on YouTube's, you are going to wait for the results to come back, and then from there, again, did you file it direct to service or did you file it secondary to something else? That's the question to kind of see. But right now, pending is just more to see if you have, sleep apnea, they formally diagnose it, and then if it's medically required that you need a CPAP, right? 71 Lima, old school, Fort Benning, 2002. Yeah, 770 series got gone. Let's see, definitely looking forward to getting over the hump with my man Reggie. Man, Reggie is the man, I'm just saying. Shout out to you. I just need to sit down and talk. I just got this crazy rating back. I'm so upset about it. What came back? Does the smell of alcohol breath deem willfulness conduct? I don't know. Even, that's subjective because you have people who are diabetic who have been at times falsely accused of something like that. So CPAP recommended, check. Yeah, but again, how did you file it? Are you saying it's direct to service, or are you saying something else caused or made it worse? That matters when you're filing something like sleep apnea. So that's kind of what I'm asking. Okay, let me check real quick on Kevin's message. And just for the record, I am a full disclaimer. I am what I guess could call I wouldn't say a pathological liar or habitual liar, but I always say I'm gonna do this like 5 minutes and then like a whole hour passes by. I am the worst when it comes to these things. So I'm always like, I'm just gonna go test this thing and just test the thing, and 1 hour later. So that's always hilarious. Did you complain in service as far as your sleep apnea? Because if you go into service, you need to have something to be able to show that in service. All right, let me catch up here. Just got rated. What should someone expect in the VA inside of terms, reduction of exams? So don't think so much about reduction of exams. 9, 5, 8, 3, 3, 8. But more so, if you got rated just now, they'll reevaluate you in about 3 to 5 years if there is a, expectancy of improvement. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect community. So for TikTok, don't name things. Don't say about offering yourself. Don't name medications. Don't name, disabilities, because they just literally strip it down. So I just got to notice that some stuff was not let through. So TikTok is funny like that. Community guidelines. It's crazy. You could pop and lock it and thirst trap all day, but God forbid you say something about your disability. Direct to service, no. That's gonna be a tough one there. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Okay, I just am looking at what Kevin sent as I catch up here. Oh snap! Oh snap! Kevin with the officialness. My man said, I am official. Hold up, let's go ahead and show the people the officialness. Let's see here. I'll catch up here in a second. Where is my flippity camera? Boop, boop, boop. Look at that. My man Kevin is in the building. Check him on Amazon. Boop, 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 boop. Conquer it. The journey to passing your NCLEX, man. Look at this. Look at this dude. I tell you, you couldn't be any better if he was just Army, but he's not. He's Navy, so there's that part. But shout out to Kevin, man. That is awesome. That is awesome. Let me show the peoples on YouTube what I just showed everybody else, so y'all don't feel like I didn't want to show y'all too. So this is boop 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 boop. Where is it? Let me go ahead and show you what I just got from him. Look at that, look at that, look at that. My man is official. Got his book out there, Kevin Gibson, on Amazon. Conquered it, the journey to passing the NCLEX. Look at that. If you in the nursing world trying to get down, man, go check it out. Conquered it, conquer it. Kevin L. Gibson, the second. Shout out to you, man. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. See, why can't we all just win, man? All of us. Okay, let me catch up here. Okay, injured and basic. Gonna need some more for that though, so that's gonna be, I don't know about that one. Okay, let's see. Got that one. The smell of alcohol, yeah, got that. Let's see. Currently service connected at 0 for what? What's it 0 or 10? Just got rated, which is someone already said that one. So I just found this out with the claim I put in already, and I have to wait to add bipolar. What specifically are you asking for? It doesn't tell me the previous one there, freak. Gotcha. MBing, med boarding. I had knee surgery. Okay. If you got denied for depression, anxiety, and approved for tinnitus, is there a way to connect it? I got denied for depression, anxiety, but approved for tinnitus. A secondary, potentially. That could be a way. You're going to probably need an access letter. Lisa says, shout out to you and congrats, Kevin. Been out since 97, 70% PTSD rating, but I'm going to the VA for the first time this week, also in Jersey. Will it help or hurt? No, it won't. It won't hurt. It's just healthcare. So your disability is still your disability, right? It's just more you're getting care as needed. So that's very common. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad thing. It's just more you're just taking care of yourself. So that's fine. Just be very cautious of, what you're saying, because sadly, sometimes all that's in the records in the system. You know what I mean? My back don't hurt. I'm good today. And next, they're saying, oh, you improved. Oh, what the hell? I had a good day today. That's it. Okay, 10% tinnitus. That sleep apnea may not go. Thanks for the motivation. I've been seeing your TikToks after 10 years of being out and 100% PNT. Salute to you. That's what I'm talking about. Congrats, man. I like that. Let's see. I got the claims a month ago. How much time? A year from denial. So don't let a year lapse from denial date. What can be a secondary to tinnitus? As far as tinnitus, a lot of different things. Mental health, migraines and stuff. So it really depends. Anything can be argued medically if you have the argument to make it. You know what I mean? So you'd be surprised. Righty, 90 to 10%. Thank you for the general info on favorable findings. I did a supplemental claim. 2 years of back pay. Made man, 74. That's what I'm talking about. 90 to 100. 2 years of back pay. It's a nice day. I like it. I'm 100% PNT. How can I switch from honorable to retired status? That's just a branch specific thing. How long were you in? What's the situation there? So a lot of variables for that one. So that's a little more complex. I'm stuck at 93%. That's the hard part there because now you need something really to move the needle. On YouTube, Francis. Hey, my regards, great channel. Back pain with radiculopathy due to depression. How possible is it to claim? Is it possible to connect the back pain secondary to? Okay, so you're going physical to the mental health as secondary. So chronic pain and stuff like that, you'd have to medically argue that. You can see the other way around. You can have back pain and then go mental health secondary to it, but to go secondary to it the other way, that's a little bit different. Hold on for 1 second, my good people. Okay. All right, let me give this to Bichelle 915377. Okay. Okay. I have to respond to a text real quick. But yeah, have to get some stuff to move the needle there. Leo, on your side, being stuck at 93. How to do a secondary? Basically, you're saying this caused that, and this is my secondary argument. A nexus helps that. Just came across you live. I know an Army vet she's been diagnosed. She's been getting people to 100% left and right. Yeah, that's a lot of people do stuff like that in space. There's like about 4 folks in this live right now who are saying similar things. I love it. That's awesome. Let's see. How can a condition get worse and better at the same time? I've seen that. So I've seen people get denied and then they'll be approved and denied and they'll say, hey, you have this, you were better for this period, but then it got worse, but then it got better. That's the thing that's been happening quite a little bit. So there's that part. David, Daweed. What's up, my brother? Shalom to you. Can you provide more info on your? It's basically, it's an hour class. Well, it's actually 2 hours. I'll teach a class. I'll teach the slide deck for about 40. The question was about my ACER CMP class. It's live. I'm teaching it. I go through A to Z, pre stuff prior to a claim, and then I touch on a whatchamacallit, what claims are, the basics, do's and don'ts, what to do if you have a bad CMP, mental health claims, physical claims, all claims, and then I'll sit there for about an hour and change and answer questions as they come. So if you want an ACER CMP exam, it's one of the best classes around because it's live. Like I do great content that people like, but being able to go live obviously is a little bit different. So, so there's that to that question. But like, glad to see you, my brother. Had a CMP for mental health last month, flat fee 2. What was the result of that CMP? Let's see. Yes, indeed. Original claim was flat fee. Okay. Did the mental health get awarded? Okay. Let's see. Can one retire? It depends. If you're in that window and they put you out and they figure that you're in that sunset type of period, it's possible. You'd be surprised. Just thought I was. No, no, no. Please don't take that wrong way, Brittany. I mean, I'm happy. If a vet's winning, I'm in the business of winning. I like winning. So you'll never see me, pushing like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm cool. If you got it on your own, great. You watch some videos and I got it, great. We helped you, great. Another veteran helped you, great. I just want our vets to win. So I'm glad to hear that. Please do not take that the wrong way. If it did, I'm sorry. I think it's just more being in the space. You know what I mean? It's great, but there are some really shitty people, to say the least. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, Brittany's. As active duty, would you recommend going to the outside provider or just military sick call? Either one works. Medical records. So as long as you can provide, that's fine. Second 93, how about 94? Just CMP 2 weeks ago, waiting on rating. Any rating? Okay, fingers crossed. How are depression, anxiety claims secondary to pain? Have you seen them turn out pretty? That's pretty common actually. So it's a very common thing that happens quite a lot. So I see it a lot. That's not anything too crazy. So I guess you're done with all your exams. When's the next class? It links to my bio. So literally, if you click the link in my bio, it'll take you there, and you see the link there. Tomorrow, Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is there. So on YouTube, when you go to my profile thing, you'll see the link there, Linktree. Same on TikTok as well. Let's see, BS doing the whole claim. Okay, so we're waiting. Check, got it. So let's see what comes back on those claims. Depending on what comes back, then we kind of reset and kind of go at it again. But the sleep apnea, I'm not too comfortable with. I'm confident with. That may not go. Okay. She does, but has a. Let's see. Could I claim? So, what specifically are we talking about for dysmorphia? A few different ways to tackle that. Struggle mental health, appointments with my husband for months. It's so hard. It is a bitch sometimes. Hey, I rated for nerve issues, DD, low back, but I didn't get rated, pain and range of motion. Okay, so you got the nerves, but not the range of motion stuff. You can appeal that. Let's see. I already answered how to do secondary claims. Let's see. Supplemental claim, November, still no updates. That normal? Ivan, yeah, actually that is normal. That's not a long time. How hard is it to prove claims? If I never went to sick call, was kind of frowned upon. It's Jimbo. That's very common. My oldest veteran was out for 50 years, and the guy I'm seeing this week, he's 95, turning 96 on Thursday, and he's filing his first claim. World War II veteran. Moral story: he doesn't have a lot of records. We have to recreate the records for him. In a situation like that, there are instances where you can look at a nexus letter and medical records currently. So like I never went to sick call, but I have bad knees. I have the ability to get a nexus letter. I have x-ray showing my knees are bad. Obviously my job, a medical opinion helps. So you can kind of work things backwards. On YouTube, the motivational thinker, how about mental health? You have probably a better chance with that one. But again, if you didn't have any records like PTSD, That's different than other mental health conditions. So the fact that you filed for a thing, if you had things in record in service that you can point to, that would help the argument there. So kind of seeing how that goes there. But that probably has a better chance of fly. Sleep apnea, it probably won't go. Proper steps to apply for the PAC Act. So the PAC Act is not something you apply for. It's more like an umbrella and things that are in it if you meet the requirements you file for, like Agent Orange and other things. Let's see here. I finally got scheduled for general exams coming up this Saturday. Sweet. What do you have coming up, Cristiano? Nervous as hell. I know. I get it. So what'd you file? What do I have to? What do I have? What do I have my doctor put outline list? And can they put as many things as you have, as far as like the problem is concerned, but I wouldn't file for everything just randomly. Let's see, I'm at 0, I need to get help with my disability. I'm a combat veteran, pocket Marine. Got to start as far as like, what do you have? What is the argument that we can kind of fight? So that would be one way to look at it for sure. There. When did you get out? Receiving care outside on YouTube. The VA, is it necessary to submit those records before CMP? Yeah. So anything you want to submit for the claim, I would definitely suggest that you submit that with your claim. Just because if it's not in the system, it'll be in your benefit to do that way. Your HUD-VASH. So they should be moving that pretty quickly if you're in the HUD-VASH program. For multiple essays, attempts, would you recommend a VSO? So a VSO is going to be good. I mean, I don't really frown on them. I got people on my team who are VSOs. I got people on my team who are Raiders. So it comes down to if you have a good relationship and you feel comfortable with them going down that road with you versus just randomly throwing everything against the wall and seeing what sticks. That's the problem I have, right? So when it comes to that, you can see videos. Literally look at the last one I did about, the jacked up CMPs of 2 veterans that I referenced. Both had MSTs and what happened to them. So when something like that happens, who are you calling it, right? What's happening afterward? Having the support to be able to push back is big. So shout out to those ladies, which is always funny because I love the comments because I'm always like, hey, they're watching, they're in here. I'm just not gonna call them out, so there's that part. Let's see, what do I have my doctor put a problem list? Check, I think I already said that one. CMP right now tomorrow. Pretty straightforward when it comes to that. Sasha, what's up, my sister? Glad to see you on here. I'm over here, I'm TikToking and I'm YouTubing it. So just testing the setup on the road. Make sure I catch up here. Okay. DBQ CP exam ending, is that? No, that doesn't mean denied. We worry so much about a CMP exam. I think I should be more worried about Raiders. So the Raiders, they're going to go off of the exam is the eyes and ears. But that's what I covered even in my class, right? My ACMP exam class, I kind of cover those things. And even if it doesn't go right, it doesn't matter. I had a veteran who got denied for migraine 5 times, and he won it eventually, went to 100. So I like fighting. I like strategizing. I like pushing back. So, really, it's one of those things like a boxing match. You know what I mean? They may try to freaking get around on us, but we come back. Let's see, on YouTube, it was I was in the PTSD program. So you file PTSD, that will probably go. The sleep apnea, that's one I don't think will go. Okay, Brittany is a veteran, so there's that part. GenRatings.net, shout out to them. See, and that's one thing you will not see most people on this space doing it. I'm in the claim business. I help veterans do that. I don't really push services that much. I may talk about a class here and there, but I support everybody else. Like everybody's like, don't be promoted. I don't, look, there's enough vets out here. There's not enough help for the vets out there. So that's my position on these type of things. So if, that person works for you, trust me, I'm good. Hit up hit up Gem Ratings, and see if that's something that works for you. I'm cool with it. Let me know how it worked out for you. Let's see. So, schedule, got that. Problem list. The rise tomorrow. Pretty straightforward for rhinitis sinusitis. They'll kind of examine you there, so not too crazy. DP, I just got PNT after 4 years. Another one. Jay with 100% PNT after 4 years. My man, I like it. Just filed my first claim after getting out 20 years ago. You got this. My oldest vet was out for 50 years, so B squared, you got it. Let's see, motivational news, please sign me up. Tomorrow night I have the class. What specifically are you saying to sign you up for? Veteransnetwork.club. Veteransnetwork.club is the website on my link in bio. I have all those things there so you can check it out. I'm the worst for these things. I'll just sit here answering questions and not say shit about shit. Let's see, just how my first claim. So you got that 20 years check. My oldest veteran was out for 50 years, and Carl, who I'm seeing this week, he's 95, World War II veteran, first time filing, so over 50. Let's see, general exam. Are there slots available for class tomorrow? Yeah. I added a whole new list to it, so we got space for tomorrow. I got to check how many folks we have actually for mañana. That's kind of what I'm actually doing this quick setup to make sure everything is good to go. So let's see what tomorrow's looking like. Problem list. That's on your My Healthy Vet as far as your problem list and being seen at the VA and things like that. So let's see. Okay. I think we're good there. You're on your way, Sasha. You are on your way too. We're gonna celebrate you as well. What can be filed secondary PTSD? Different variety of different things. Let's see. Let's see. Do I have a shot of adding sleep apnea after having asthma? You'll need a nexus. It'll be a hard argument. Sleep apnea is a bitch. sleep apnea generally a primary or secondary? No, for you, so that's a big thing. If you're transitioning, there is no secondary. Everything you have is in service, is direct to service. It's somebody who's been out of service for a period of time who's arguing it, who's different. You're transitioning service, you have sleep apnea in service, you're fine direct to service, a whole different thing. That's why I'm doing a class specifically for BDD, because you guys who are transitioning, it's a whole different process. So when people are telling you to do stuff, it's like, no, they don't have to do that. They don't need nexus letters, they don't have filing secondaries, it's direct to service. For you guys, it's more making sure you have your records and knocking out the CMP. The end. So diagnosis, knock out the CMP. No nexus letters needed, we're not going secondary. That's for after service. But yeah, so yeah, you have a shot for that. No record of sleep apnea. I think I'm out of luck. How long been out of service? So again, it's hard to kind of keep up here with the stuff. But even if it wasn't your record, then it's working backwards. I'm good. How are you holding up, my brother? Gulf War side effects. I like that username. How can I sign up for the class? Links in my bio. It'll show it there, the HRCMP class. Let's see. When is the BDD? So the BDD checklist is on my profile. The BDD workshop that I'm doing is TBD. So probably like a month. There's a waiting list. So if you want to sign up for the waiting list, you'll see the link there. And we'll tell you when we actually get a date to do it with all the moving pieces that we have. All right, I think I'm caught up. All right. Outstanding. So aside of that, I think we are good. Let me check on YouTube, see what's going on this side of the house. If you guys are not following on YouTube, same username. Go ahead and follow over there too. So I'm on both. I'm all over the place. But I find that YouTube is better in the sense of being able to reference things back and look at them, because I have a lot of videos on TikTok, but trying to find it, the best way is just do a search for my username. Whereas on YouTube, things are a little bit more, easier for like longer, deeper dive. I like to do deep dives. I like to show things. The retention span on TikTok is very minimal, so Let's see. The audit, reevaluate medical records. I got a bunch of conditions and would like to file soon. I don't have a problem. Yes, I can put you in contact with a Met team, Francis. Shoot me an email, links in my bio, and I'll put you in contact with them. They'll be able to kind of go through all that stuff for you and kind of give you some perspective for sure. Alrighty. So, yeah, there goes my quick test of 5 minutes, about a good 40 minutes later. But I appreciate y'all, just like I said, just popping in for a little bit. I'll pop in here in a bit. Kelly is in the building. What's up, my sister? Check her out. She does some pretty dope stuff when it comes to sound healing and things like that and trauma type of things. So if you want to get on a high vibration, check out her page on TikTok. Kelly Fitzpatrick Official. She does some pretty dope stuff and puts down some great nuggets there. But as far as like sound waves and frequencies and things like that, check her page out. You'll be surprised. There's more than one way to treat something. So definitely, you know, get your healing on for sure. And actually, fun fact too, that I not say that. Whenever you do, back in the days of Clubhouse, they used to do sound rooms and things like that. So let's see. So that was always cool. Let's see. Crap. Try to multitask. So you can do. We used to do sound rooms, headsets. That's the way I'm trying to say this. So if you do anything like that, sound room, etc., I would say get some headsets to really kind of like really tune into it. You can do it on your phone, but if you're gonna kind of download some of the frequency things, get a good pair of headsets and just float away, man. I'm telling you, that stuff is powerful. Back in the Clubhouse days, we used to have just rooms for just sound therapy and all kinds of crap there. So let's see. So, okay, cool. So we got that. Just signed up for sweet. See you there, my brother. See you there. Talk about class mañana. So, we're good here. If you can hear me on YouTube, that means stuff is working. So that's dope. Thanks, Freddie. Freddie, what's going on, my brother, man? Oh, man, haven't seen you in a little bit. Yeah, hey, got to clean up sometimes, pretty decent. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. One time, I didn't wear a hat. Someone was like, "Oh my goodness, you had hair." I'm like, "Yeah, I have hair. I just happen to wear a hat a lot because it's a thing." So it's funny to me when people are like, "Oh my goodness." But yeah, Lisa on YouTube says sound therapy can be very powerful. So there's that part. Not Rana saying I have hair. I do have hair. It's crazy. But yeah, someone literally was like, "Oh my goodness, you have hair." I'm like, "Yes, I do." Let's see, tomorrow. Yeah, we got a pretty good class of folks. So we got about 30, 40 people. So that'll be dope. Why is it so hard to connect OSA, Mr. Banks? So it's not definitely, there's not so much a hard thing, but more so a thing of what is the nexus argument, right? Like you can get a CPAP from the VA, but how are you making the argument to the VA? That's the thing there. So there's that. But Freddie, what's good with you, my man? How have you been? I haven't seen you in a bit, my good sir. Crazy, but yeah, man, that's crazy. Let's see here. So we gave a shout out to Kevin. Make sure you check out his stuff at NCLEX if you didn't catch that. Make sure you check out Kelly's page. She's the Cat's Pajamas. Get some good headsets. I like the Apple ones personally. Just recently, I think they're pretty dope. And fade away to some good vibrations and frequency. That frequency stuff is real. People sleep on that stuff, but you got to think about it, man. People really, and again, I'm not going to speak on things that I'm not an authority in, but people sleep on just the body's makeup to things. Because you got to think about it, right? Like you go to the gym, you put on music. What do you think is happening? You're raising your frequency to do a thing, right? You want to get in the mood. You kind of put, that temp, like those frequencies are working at different levels. It's not just a song or music. It's what's happening in your whole makeup and how you respond to that. So we see it all the time. Think about it, right? You're in formation running and you freaking got motivated and you're doing your thing. Like it's a frequency thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you get pumped up and you get motivated because of what's happening. So now now here's the part, I will say this. In my latter years, as weird as that sounds, got a few grades to show it apparently. I will say I've really become more in tune with jazz and classical music, and more so because I find that, or even like you look up study music again, back to frequency, and for me, I found that I can do a lot with that because what's happening now is I don't have words mixing in. It's just the music, it's the sound, it's the frequency, and it's almost like psychologically I'm putting in, the soundtrack of words of what's happening. So when I'm doing stuff, I'll have that going. Because sometimes, like, if it's a song, then you're singing along, you're doing a thing, versus if it's just the instrumental and it's just the frequency and the vibe is good, you start to go into a trance almost, right? And it's like your own mind is going through a thing. And if you really let go, you'd be surprised because it'll start to bring up things where you're like, what is happening? And if what's going on, it's like, it's the soundtrack of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like when you watch a movie and it kind of hits that real emotional moment and it's just like, oh my God. Well, in this instance, it's you. and you're listening to this, you're submerged into this music, into these sounds, and it's all the stuff that you have suppressed, that you have going on, that are really doing the thing. So you'd be surprised, man. It's powerful stuff, man. But I'm sure I bastardized that 20 Ways to Sunday. But check out Kelly's page. That's her AO. But I could definitely respect it, because that stuff is for real. Proper steps to register for the PAC Act. What should I affect? So you're just basically saying it's like Gulf War, right? I was in the Gulf War. I'm recognized as a Gulf War veteran. I apply and file for that condition, and in turn, I now am saying I have these things that are presumptive, and off we go. So with PAC Act, same thing. You meet the requirements, boom, you're able to file that thing there. So that's kind of how that goes for that. Let's see here. We are all frequency, yes, 100%, 100%. Carlos, Marine OIF 03 vets, out since 05, first claim PTSD appointment Friday. What should I expect? PTSD appointment for a claim or for just healthcare? Because there's a difference. Same, is so calming and puts me in flow. Man, look, I get a lot of stuff done in flow. I tell you, flow is a thing. I love it. They denied my IBS, but it literally ruins. So appeal it. I mean, sometimes the VA gets it wrong. You know what I mean? Like my last video, I tell you, there's so many things that people don't know about that. Carlos, the best thing I can tell you, honestly, man, I'm teaching a class tomorrow night for A Senior CMP, and I go through mental health and all these different claims. But as far as what to expect, you're going to talk about the stressor, what exactly is the thing that happened, and it's about a conversation of today. So the biggest thing I can tell you when it comes to a mental health claim, it's a present tense conversation, not so much what happened, and that's where the biggest problem is with veterans. We focus on the event that happened, even for military sexual trauma. We talk about the event and focus on that, and I would almost offer to everybody that the focus is 10% what happened, 90% what's happening. Again, 10% what happened, 90% what's happening. And sometimes veterans, when they say things like the VA should pay me for what happened, you're wrong. You're wrong. The VA should not pay you for shit. The military paid you for your active duty, period. You're saying something's happening post-service, that's a VA conversation. And again, it might seem like semantics, but it's the reason why vets go in there and get screwed. Because you're walking in there on some, this was my job, I should get paid for this. That's not how it goes. It's more so, these are the things that happen service-wise, and now this is what I'm dealing with post-service. And again, it's like I bought this car straight through and through, but now I got rear-ended. That's a claim insurance to the insurance. That's not a, maker of the vehicle thing, right? So something just to consider there, but really it's about your symptoms now. It's easy to talk about what happened in the past. It's hard to talk about now. It's easy to talk about, hey, something traumatic happened, but talk to me about today. You can't leave your house. You can't go check the mail. You're claustrophobic. You have these things. You're agoraphobic. You have all these things that you're doing, et cetera, et cetera. That's stuff we don't want to talk about. It's easy to be like, some shit went down and we got ambushed and blah, 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 or I got injured and blah, 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 blah. All right, we'll talk about Saturday when you almost freaking ran somebody off the road. Out of order, just started hoping for the best. Look, we're going to keep fighting until the best comes, so I'm glad you're here, my brother. One vet to another, love you, my brother. I love you, my sister, for sure, man. This is what it's all about. We need more people just really doing this. We as veterans are not too good sometimes about supporting each other. That's why I'll do that all day. Like, look, support other people. You know what I mean? I think that's that karma we need in our space, so. Why is going from 70 to 100 just a nightmare? Not so much a nightmare, Yandi, but it's more so it's VA math. Because if you're not rated and you get PTSD at 70, you go to 70. But then you have 30% that's not rated. That 30%, that's the hard part. So now a new rating of sleep apnea for 50%. What's 50% of 30? 15. What's 15 plus 70? 85. 85 rounds up to 90. Guess what? Anything extra is 15 left. Tinnitus, what's 10% of 15? 1.5, how does that do a thing for you? So again, that's where it gets really interesting, understanding how these things are added up and why veterans can't move the needle. Fiance employers had restroom regular 3 hours. They deny my, yeah. So you could definitely fight that back. Claim, check, I already answered that one. I was 100% PTSD, dropped into 70. On a reevaluation, you can fight it back. They have to have shown sustained improvement. Did you get a proposal for reduction or was it on reevaluation? Husband just got 80%, feels he should be 100. What should he do? Sit down and reevaluate what everything is graded. Have to do a deep dive and see what's there. Everybody letters are a must-have. Not a must-have. It's like sprinkles on top, right? It's like when you're cooking, it's like the seasoning, salt and pepper, right? It's the sprinkles on the ice cream, but not so much, what that thing is. Okay. Okay, let's see. 89% VA seems to nickel and dime vets. Again, that'd be the VA math. Let's see. What do I do to get it back? Yeah, you have to fight it back. It happens a lot actually for many veterans. So we have to show that it was wrong, you did not improve, and the symptoms are still there. Um, Appreciate you, Carlos. Let's talk about it taking 4 months today to add dependence. Not really happy. I'm talking 4 months today to add dependence. Mm, well, you're over 30, I'm assuming. Just got my 100% PNT, average staff sergeant. That's what's up. Congrats to you. Exam doctor said you should be 100, and they kept my rating the same. See, so that's why sometimes the talk is not a thing. On YouTube, Dennis Davis, what's up with you, my brother? Hello. I was dropped to 70 at reevaluation. Check. So that's the whole thing. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about as somebody who got my rating, have to go back for reevaluation, and it fought to that. So the symptoms, you weren't able to hit them in some shape, fashion, or form, or it could have just been a bad CMP. So there's a few ways to look at that. You can appeal it for sure. What did you submit? What was in that claim? If a high-level review makes sense, that's one play. Or if not, let's look at potentially looking at a supplemental and adding things to be able to really speak to the symptoms that should have kept you at 100. Just popped up on my For You page. Can you talk more about your services? I just talk claims, man. You know what I mean? Go to veteransnetwork.club. I'm a dude that likes to talk about other veterans winning their claims. Do a little bit different, you know what I mean? So I'm not a dude that really likes to push services like that. Like I do classes, workshops. I like options. So I started my own organization. I was in the VA claim space for quite a little bit. Do a Google search of me, and you'll see me over the years doing different things with different people. And eventually I made a point to kind of step out, do my own thing, because I did not like the way things were happening in other organizations. The biggest caveat is I resigned from a director position. I was not let go, like many other people who are out here with different names. And I chose to do my own thing, start my own organization. So for me, doing classes, workshops, creating different content, things like that, to me, is part of the bigger picture, right? So, you know, people complain like, oh, you shouldn't pay someone for help. Then let the VA keep screwing you over. Again, I'm not against that. I like options. But I said to say that, you know, even something like a class, maybe tomorrow all you need is a class. Come to a class, $47, you're good to go. If you need more, then get more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it should be all or nothing. And I think in our space, that's what happens. It becomes the organizations only offer you a contract to bind you to something when all you need really probably is a few different things, right? So let's meet our veterans where they're at, right? Some need more, some need less. I like options. So, you know, I do things a little bit differently. So I couldn't, you know, I don't necessarily do the whole like what my services are. My service is this, you know what I mean? This is what I do. I've literally been here for like 5 minutes, supposedly, an hour later, just answering questions. You know what I mean? I don't do that every 5 minutes, stacking value and all that bullshit people do. Like, I get it. I know the game. I just don't like it. But it's a business too, you know what I mean? So I do definitely as well help and support and do things in other ways and speak and things like that. So, you know, different things for sure. But yeah, come on to the class, check it out, man. That's my whole thing. Kick the tire, take a test drive, see what we're all about. If it makes sense, great. If not, you know, you're part of the crew. That's how I look at it, right? So I just see things a little bit different when it comes to the space. Hence the content and how I do it, you know. But I'm looking at creating more different things and being able to offer those services. But for some people, VSO works, and I support that. On my crew, I have old ex-VSOs, I have ex-Raiders. Some people need agents. Some people may need a lawyer. Some people can benefit from a private provider. Again, you know, it's just resource, time, allocation, and things like that. So find what works for you. That's what I always say. You know, I'm not big on the come work with me. No, I'm not. I should not be your first stop. So if you slide in my DMs, I'll tell you straight up. I'm like, have you talked to a VSO? Have you done something? Nah, try that first. You know what I'm saying? You can appreciate the kind of things that I do and how I bring it if you haven't at least tried this. And again, that doesn't mean that, you know, I won't help somebody straight up and through, but if you think you could do it, give it a shot. I'm not going to ever chastise you for that. I hope it works for you. And you see in the comments, people saying, I just got my 100, I watched your video, that was all I needed. Great. But if you run to the wall and you can't push any further, then, you know, call the kid and we'll go ahead and do some things. I have submitted letters from my ex-mother, plus article, taxes, and more, seeking to reach advice you have to follow up this appointment. I have 10%. I have appeal next week. So it's all symptom based. So everything you're saying there is irrelevant. It's all about you. And check my video on 70 to 100%. That's all it comes down to. So if we're looking at an increase on mental health, it's all symptoms. All that other stuff is irrelevant. It doesn't matter about the letters and this one and that one. It's you. It's you. And you have to hit those symptoms, and you have to ace the CMP. So that's my biggest thing, because sometimes folks get all this other stuff, and then you could go in there, you can't necessarily, you know, speak to that stuff. Let's see. When does the change for sleep apnea go into effect? So there's the proposed changes. I've said that so many times, it's crazy. I did a video 3 years ago about this, but their proposed changes have a suspense date of June of this year. So if they don't make the changes by then, they have to start the process all over again. So there is no effective date of it starting. It's just going through the motions. And once, if it does pass, there's some potential changes for sleep apnea and some potential changes for whatchamacallit, mental health and tinnitus. So, but, and again, the way I teach my class and do my stuff, my vets have no issues with that. Mental health changes, doesn't matter, 'cause that's how I do it. So, okay. So, alrighty, I'm gonna hop off here and jump on a quick call. Let's see, Yandi, looking forward to seeing you in class. CMP next month. Any advice, Johnny? I'm hopping off, but turn the notifications on. I'll be back later. I'm teaching a class tomorrow for CMP, so links in bio for that. It's $47. That's the best advice I can give you as I'm about to jump out. But I'll be back. I appreciate y'all popping in. Shout out to the crew on the TikTok side of the house. Shout out to my YouTube side of the house. Alibi One changes. They're going from DSM-5 to the WHODAS 2.0. That's a whole big unpack to do. If you go to my YouTube, I actually talk a little bit about that and have a live that I did where I actually broke down the entire thing and whatnot. So that's in there on my live side of the house from a year and change ago. But basically, they're changing from keywords to just impact in life. So there are no keywords in the proposed changes. And if you can't speak to the impact in the areas of your life, you're gonna be in problems. Me, on the other hand, my people, we're good. Why? Because we understand it's not keywords, it's how to speak to the symptoms in certain ways. So that's that. I appreciate y'all. Whoever I couldn't get to in their questions, I apologize, but I'll be back. Hit the bell notifications, and we will do what it do. Appreciate y'all.